Taking a breather here. This is hard, bro. No lie.
I decided to do this video in a lawn chair because it represents one of the many things that I couldn't do whenever pushing close to 600 pounds. Picking out a seat that could support my weight was one of the examples of something that I would have to deal with daily. I would walk into a room and assess the whole room to see if there was any type of structure that could hold my weight. At many social gatherings in Texas, a lot of the events took place outside, which means that I would have to try to find a lawn chair that would hold my weight. I would actually hover or try to lean up against the chair and hold myself up so that way it looked like I was sitting, but at the same time I was partially standing. At one of the events, I found a plastic chair that I thought would hold my weight, and as I went to go sit down in it, it looked like the legs had exploded on the chair, and I fell backward, and I started to laugh and try to get up and play it off, but inside I was so embarrassed of the whole situation happening. What I remember the most was that everything hurt. And whenever I say that, I mean everything hurt. Even sleeping too long hurt. If I would sleep for too long, my lower back would actually end up giving me issues the next day. I think one of the biggest things that I hated to deal with day to day would be walking up and down the stairs. And it just so happened that around this time, whenever I was my heaviest weight, I lived in a 2-story house. So whenever I woke up, I would kind of decide whether I wanted to stay for most of my day, if not all day, upstairs, or if I would travel downstairs. And since I had friends and I wanted to hang out outside, I would usually spend most of my days downstairs. But every so often I would stay upstairs all day long and play video games. You know, pushing 600 pounds, whenever I'd go to sit on a toilet seat, I'd break it in half. And I had to replace that a lot. Actually, off the top of my head, I can remember 10 different occasions that my dad would have to replace the toilet seats either upstairs or downstairs. You know, he didn't ever make me feel ashamed of doing that, but in my own head I felt so shameful for breaking a toilet seat. There was even one time where he had to reseal the whole toilet because I kept sitting on it, and then it would actually pull the toilet seat out of the floor. Does it feel good to be a normal size? Of course it does. I don't have to deal with any more joint issues or lower back pains. I can sit where I want to, as you can see. You know, one of the biggest things that I felt like in this life was a prisoner, and I felt like a prisoner of my own body. I look back at all these struggles and I used to remember thinking, how am I going to get started? How long will this take where I feel out of breath walking up the stairs? And now it's such an optimistic view. Now I'm looking forward to doing jiu-jitsu competitions and I'm looking forward to hikes, all the little small things that I couldn't do. I look back at all these struggles and I just think of how much I've triumphed. My name is Thomas Banda. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you are getting something out of these videos, hit the like button, comment down below, and let me know what you guys would like to see.